everybody, Tony D and Little Joan here with a hot take on dating apps. White House partners with dating apps and vaccination push. I think this is a really, really dumb idea from Zero Hedge. Well, not that the idea is from Zero Hedge, but the idea is from the White House. In a rather unorthodox way in incentivizing people to get vaccinated, the White House has tapped 9 of the largest dating sites to offer perks and COVID badges to those who have been vaccinated against COVID-19, according to Axios. Yeah, so now it's, do you want to kill grandma? Do you want to work again? Do you want to get laid? Better get vaccinated. That's how hard they're pushing this. Vaccinated users on Tinder, Hinge, OkCupid, BLK, I never heard of that one, Chispa, Plenty of Fish, Bumble, and Badoo will obtain exclusive access to premium content such as Boost, Super Likes, and Super Swipes. With proof of vaccination, users will be able to receive a COVID badge in their vaccination status. What? You're going to eat your bacon? I put all this nice bacon by your feet, and you're not eating it. Ugh. Here, look. I'll put it right there. There's a nice piece of bacon for you. I am very much against this. I mean, look, I'm a single guy. I'm on the dating sites. I hate them. I pretty much hate them. I've really, at this point, like I said, I just sort of swipe through and look at the pictures at this point. Once in a while, I find something that's either insanely horrible that amuses me, or once in a while I find a woman who like appeals to me and I give her a swipe. But a guy my age, dating apps. The cool thing about dating in the old internet days, in the early 90s, was nobody was on it, right? So the people who were using the internet to date were cool. They were internet savvy. They were on the edge. They were new tech. It was a certain group of people. Now every idiot's on these apps, and there's so many scammers and so many people with, I'll say, severe mental issues that there's too many tropes now. Like before, it was very genuine because people didn't know. They were like, oh, I'll try this. I put a picture of myself, and that was kind of it. Maybe you had 2 or 3 pictures. And most people were pretty genuine. Now people are just total a-holes about it. And they've been kind of conditioned by too much internet. And so they have all these weird demands. I mean, these bios, they contain all sorts of insane things like, oh, yeah, if you're a certain political stripe, I don't like you. There are people who are shamed by their bios instead of just saying, I'm a person, I'm looking to date. I mean, there are racists on these apps too, open racist, and they'll tell you. As the saying goes, when someone tells you who they are, listen to them. So here's some of the perks that they're giving away. Tinder. Members will be able to add stickers to their profile, including getting vaxxed or vaccine saves lives. Ugh. Just so you know, I would never date you if you have this on your app. Well, you'd have to be super hot. Those who get vaccinated will get a super like to raise their chance of being seen by a desired match. OkCupid. Daters will be able to add I'm vaccinated profile badge, and those who are vaccinated will get a free boost and can choose to be paired with others who are also vaccinated. Oh, how interesting. So you can discriminate against the unvaccinated, but you can't sort out the trans girls. Okay, I see how it works. Look, I've got nothing against trans girls. I am very good friends with one. But she's my friend. It's not my preference, if you know what I'm saying. So I don't want to date a trans girl. I just don't. I'm super straight, as they say. So, but there's no way to sort through that anymore because they're so afraid of offending trans women. They won't put trans on the site. I think a couple of them did very early on, but then they got rid of that denunciation or rigged it so it was a little different. and they come up in my feed, and I don't care, and I just swipe away. But it's annoying when they come up again and again and again, and you're like, here's a feature I'd like to see in dating apps, and not just for trans women, but for all people I'm not interested. The super left swipe, where I'll never see that person again. I am not going to change my mind 4 months later when I come back to the app and I'm swiping through. So there's no point in putting them back in rotation. Dating apps. Bumble and Badoo will enable U.S. customers to add Vaccinated to badge and not outside the U.S. customers. Interesting. Both apps give credit towards premium features such as spotlights and super swipes. BLK, which I never heard of. Oh, it's a site for black singles. Well, that's racist. And will add Vaxified profile badge and give a free boost to those who get vaccinated and display the badge. It's weird. Chispa, the largest dating app for Latino singles, which I also hadn't heard of, will add new Vacunado profile badge. I hope that's a word. Which will also give a free boost to those who are vaccinated. Hinge will encourage users to share vaccination status in their profiles and give vaccinated users a free rose. Hinge's way to show extra interest. Match, members will have the option to add a new vaccinated badge and give those who are vaccinated a free boost to help them stand out. Well, I guess I don't mind that so much because that gives you a choice. Plenty of Fish, members will be able to add I got my shot badge to their profiles in early June. Those who do not can receive 20 live credits to use. Those who do can receive 20 live credits to use on the Plenty of Fish streaming feature. These dating apps, some of them are very complicated, but some of them are very simple. I like the very simple ones, because for me, the dating app was always just a means to an end. The end is a date. I don't want to spend my lifetime on the app. And I know that's counterintuitive for the people who make these apps. They want you to stay there and talk and blah, blah, blah. The only exception is I did actually have a girlfriend in Canada, and we talked for months on a dating site, which I don't even know if it exists anymore. What the hell was it called? I think it was called Lava Life. Yeah, Lava Life. And I didn't meet many people on Lava Life, but I met her and we talked for months, and we eventually did meet and have a thing for a while. It's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, all this virtue signaling, it sickens me. It sickens me beyond no end. It was sickening enough to watch people go, if you're a Donald Trump supporter, swipe left. Ugh. Sickening. Sickening to see people put their politics in it. I say, that's probably a bad idea. And look, I get it. People get caught up in politics. I did it for a while as a thing. I figured maybe I'll find some libertarian girls out there if I do that. Didn't really work, so I got rid of it. But, it just seems like they're only pushing one side of this, which I definitely don't like. They're not treating all politics as equal. They can't. It's probably impossible. Women tend to lean left, and these sites are more for women than they are for men. Men who can get dates, on the reg, they don't go to dating sites. They just wander around and ask women out, and they hook up all the time. They just don't need dating apps. They're bold and confident, and they just do it. The dating apps are more, I think, geared towards women for the most part. Even Tinder to some extent, and Tinder drives me absolutely insane. The Lotus Eaters talked about Tinder the other day, which was hilarious, because they asked Callum, who's one of the hosts, would you date a girl on Tinder? And he said something like, no, I wouldn't date a whore, which I thought was funny, because it was that's his impression of the site. And it is a hookup site, but women insist on trying to make it not a hookup site, because I think that's a thing that women do a lot. They're told, well, this is the way things are, and they go, no, I don't think it is. I'm going to do it my way. So there's so many women on Tinder who say things like, well, I'm not here for a hookup. And you're just like, well, why did you come to Tinder? I mean, that's kind of what it is. It's like, well, I just thought I'd see if I could find a relationship. No, what you want is the option of a hookup. And then you could say, well, I didn't come here for that. But, you know. So, and look, this is the world of dating. It's all based on a bunch of factors that have nothing to do with anything. So there's tons of lying. And so the idea that, you know, you can keep developing these things endlessly and you'll somehow make them better, I think is pointless. There's nothing going to make these apps better. Almost nothing. I mean, confirmed pictures, maybe, you know, pictures with some kind of like confirmed with the date on them, because some women my age, they'll put old pictures of themselves. They'll put pictures 20 years old of themselves, easy, or older, on the, and I'm just looking at this. Is this their daughter? Who is this? And then I realize, oh, it's an old picture. It's a photo, and they put it on the dating site. Like, I want to see the girl she was 30 years ago. Yeah, that's not a good look. Not a good look. I should do a whole rant on dating apps, but quite frankly, I'm sick of them. I'm barely on them. And this is just something else to drive me off. You know, the vaccination thing, it's how about somebody who actually believes in science? How about a badge for that? How about a badge for someone who's waiting for the science to come in on this? Yeah. How about for someone who follows the science? Yeah. Oh, we only get certain kinds of science under that rubric, right? We can only give that to people who worship and follow Dr. Fauci wherever he goes. Yeah, this is, ladies, my advice to anybody on these dating apps: don't do politics of any kind. Erase it from your bio immediately. Don't ever participate in it. I don't participate in any of the stuff here. You know, you can answer the questions. You should answer a few of the damn questions, but beyond that, don't bring politics into the situation. If politics is that important to you, then you're probably never going to find someone with the perfect situation that you're attracted to, because politics is a mixed bag, and it changes. People change their politics over the year. They get older, and they become more conservative. When they're younger, they're crazy and they want to do everything under the sun. This is not good. So Biden is basically, they're trying every conceivable thing to try to force people to get a vaccination, because they know they can't force people to get a vaccination yet. But unfortunately, the Biden administration's tenure is young. We'll see where this goes.